everybody. Welcome to Dump and Dish with Coach Switz and Coach Zane. Coach Zane, how you doing today?
Pretty good. How we doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Got some bad storms rolling in here in a little bit. Hopefully, we all survive.
Yeah.
Cars survive.
Yeah, that's
things
big
like
one.
that. Big news this week. Coach Joe had a baby.
Yeah.
Pretty excited for him. You won't
Yeah.
see him at the facility for the next couple weeks. He's taking some time, spend some
Yeah.
time with mama and the baby. So you're going to see Coach Zane and myself doing lessons every night. One of us will be there every night, all for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Spend
and also
some time.
some other,
Drew's the baby's name.
Drew baby's name. Do you remember how many pounds, how many?
I didn't see all the stats on it, but his middle name is Dimitra after Pavel Dimitra.
Oh,
so that's a little So
like
he's
that.
Drew Dimitra Kavanaugh. So
That's
very
pretty neat.
very cool. Congratulations, Coach Joe.
Yep, good
Big shout
job,
out
Coach
there.
Joe.
Yeah.
Congrats, Mama.
Yeah.
Another new thing we have going. Coach Jack Johnson hired a new coach. About 25, is a teacher by trade.
Yeah.
He's going to work nights doing lessons for us. Good little hockey player. Really excited. Real good personality. What do you think, Coach? He's met him a few times.
He's been awesome with, he's going through our pretty rigorous training program right now, and he's taking it.
You might see him at night.
Yeah, he's taking it so well. He's taken to it. He's excited. He's interacting with the kids. He's just doing awesome. He's been nothing but a joy to work with, and I think he's going to fit in great with the other coaches here at St. Louis Hockey Training and really keep that culture. That's so important to us coaches. Yep. We all teach a lot of the same things depending on who you go see. A big difference maker for St. Louis Hockey Training that we've always made sure in our business, Switz, is that our culture stays the same.
Yeah.
That we all teach the same way. We have the same upbeat attitude. You got to be hard sometimes on the kids to get them motivated a few times and age appropriateness.
Yeah.
But being able to do that and throttle that, and that comes with also him being a school teacher. I think that's really important that he does that and has learned that there also. So he now can apply that to coaching hockey.
Well, and we always also look, you got to be a good person.
100%.
Before a hockey player, you got to be a good person, and that's where we start. And I think he fits that mold real well.
Yeah, great fit.
Now, the most exciting thing going today, Blues playoffs. Blues are looking good. We tied it back up at home. Headed to Winnipeg for Game 5. What is your prediction, Coach?
I think that Hellebuyck is in his own head.
Woo, tell me about it.
And I'm interested to see if he gets to start tonight. Now, I would give him this
tomorrow night.
Yes, tomorrow
Thursday.
night. Sorry. Yep.
Wednesday.
Yep. We're recording this on Tuesday. So yeah, tomorrow night. I'm curious to see if he gets the start. I think he does.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's the horse that you've ridden all the way to the playoffs. Best numbers in the league during the regular season. But, man, this is going on year 3 of when we get to the playoff time, and it's kind of the opposite of Bennington. Bennington gets in these big game. Bennington gets in these, and, man, he is he's looking good. And just the difference in the playmaking ability between the two goalies has been a big difference. Like, Bennington gets the puck.
Oh, buddy.
Well, he threw Kyrou off sides from below the goal line all the way to the far blue line. And Kyrou was like, he was just going through the door,
making a change.
Yeah, nobody expected that.
Other team dumped it in.
Yeah, and on the other side of the fence is Hellebuyck, who gets behind the net and looks like a scared cat. He gets
50-50 fumble
Oh
of
my
the puck.
gosh, he just throws it or overhandles it, and we've got 2 forecheckers going hard. We've done a good job of that, of sealing off both sides of that net and kind of pitting him back there a few times, and he's really freaked out and not knowing what to do with the puck. So.
I think he'll start Game 5.
Okay.
If he lose Game 5, he's definitely not starting Game 6.
Okay.
I think he keeps putting up 5-6 goals. You can't win playoff games letting in 5 or 6 goals.
How long is the leash then?
Oh, I think you give him the game. He's the franchise guy.
Okay.
He's the MVP.
So
of the
he
team.
gives up 2 goals early. You still?
I don't think they pull him.
Okay.
I heard that when they pulled him last game, he never came back to the bench. Went straight down the tunnel to the locker room. Never came back in the third.
Oh man, if I'm the coaching staff there, I may not start him then. You win and die as a team. Like, you're gonna have good games and bad games, but when you do, you got to come back and still support your team. Like in the playoff,
you missed the support there.
Yeah,
for sure.
like you've made it about yourself then, and in playoff hockey, that's also why I thought the Capitals would struggle, is because everything had been Ovechkin so far this year. And that's hard. Like, they're forcing pucks to him to get him his goals.
All game.
Yeah, and in power play especially. And then now all of a sudden it's a team game, and the team comes first. It's not Ovechkin anymore. I thought they were actually going to struggle more with the Canadians, and they've done a good job of switching that off. And yeah, Ovechkin's gotten his goals, but the one overtime goal, he worked hard. He got to the front of the net. He picked up the goal. Like, he's putting in the work. Big hit the other night. Like,
I heard he
so,
was mixing it up at center ice and warmies with Wilson and Wi-Fi on the other side.
love it. Yeah.
And then one real quick. Did you see that hit Wilson put on that guy?
Oh,
my God.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting up from that one. That was two full speed guys. One guy was half the size, and Big Wilson just murdered him.
Yeah. There's been a big hit or two in every game this postseason.
Yeah,
open ice, or even if it was along the boards where they didn't like hit the boards, it was still an open ice hit, even though it was along the boards. But yeah, no, there's been some really big physical play. Not as much fighting as I thought there was going to be. Like, people aren't dropping the gloves.
Minus Wilson and that guy on the bench going down the, taking the ref with him.
Down the
just
bench.
A slide down the bench.
And how was it? I forget who it was on the Blues. Put somebody right into our bench on a big hit.
Nice. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, that was a big one in the last game. But yeah, so super excited for the Blues. Super excited just the playoffs in general. I love.
It doesn't get any better. First round of playoffs are great.
Geez.
There's just games every night, just all night long, all day long on Saturdays, Sundays.
Yeah.
It's really, really exciting stuff.
It's fun.
All right, next thing I want to talk about. We got AAA tryouts coming up. We have Central States tryouts coming up. Talk to me about getting prepared for a tryout. What are your thoughts? I'll hang up and listen.
Okay, sounds good. So when you're prepping for a tryout, number one, prepare your body. Like, so many kids stay up too late playing video games. Don't worry about what they're eating 2 days ahead, 1 day ahead. Like,
I was going to say 3 days out.
Yeah, like just mentally and physically prepare yourself to be the most elite athlete you can.
Be hydrated.
That is something that you can control 100%. What you put into your body, how you take care of your body, how much sleep you get. Like, you have to start thinking about that way in advance. I can't tell you how many kids when we were coaching AAA, we walk in the locker room before the first tryout, and they're eating nachos and just like 10 minutes
those
before.
Sour strings, those sour straws. I see
straws.
those all the time.
Yeah.
Nice bag of or box of sour straws.
Like, and have your routine. Know what that routine is like, and put.
What do you mean by routine?
So, if you watch even like the NHL guys, like when we were at the college game, it was awesome. The first game ended in the semifinals. All the Penn State guys came out to the bench. They're all sitting on the bench. They're visualizing things. They're going through what they're going to do in this next game. They're taking it all in, and they're getting mentally prepared. That one was a tough one because it went to overtime in that semifinal, the first one. So they didn't really know when that clock was going to start.
Yeah.
But as you get into the higher and higher levels, you have a routine. And even your teams have a routine. A lot of times they'll send you up to go warm up, run around the rink, throw a soccer ball or throw a football around.
Dynamic warm up.
There's something you're doing. Don't change that. I see so many kids that all of a sudden get into a tryout situation and they just sit in the locker room beforehand. They're not getting mentally prepared. They're not taping their stick the same way they would do for a game. They're not checking their skates 2 days before. How many times, Mom, I need my skate sharpened. I forgot to do it. No. That's a 48, 72 hours before you hit the ice.
It could be a week before.
Yeah. Go ahead, take care of your stuff. Check your helmet. Make sure you have all your screws. Hey, did you go play pickup hockey and take your ear guards out or something silly? Or did, as you get older, did you play in
just take them out? And now your gloves and your helmet are out. You want to play roller hockey.
Yeah. Checking all of that. Did you switch your visor out? As you get older, if you're playing in an older league and you switched it out or you went to a stick and puck and put a halfer on instead of a full shield. Like, just those little things that every tryout has one or two kids that are a problem before you even got on the ice. Now you're running to the coaching staff that's about ready to evaluate you, trying to have them help you with a problem that you have.
Yeah.
Not a good look. Just being prepared to start the tryouts, knowing what you can do, knowing your role, knowing your position, knowing what you're going to execute once you get on the ice and doing it to the best of your ability. And then also knowing that in tryouts, it's okay to be a little bit more selfish. That's something that I see a lot of kids. They
got to make a play.
You got to make plays. If you're 60 kids on the ice and there's 60 minutes in that evaluation, you do the math. You've got 1 minute of every evaluator's time, and it better be the right minute because you could be a really good player and it could just be the wrong minute, and you're not making that team. So having that puck on your stick, making the plays. Now that can go against you also if you have the puck on your stick all the time and never make a play with it.
Well, and it's not skating it end to end either.
No.
It's make one guy miss, make the pass.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Show your skill, dish it off, get up the ice, move your feet.
Instead of getting it and just throwing it.
Yeah.
Keep that puck, make a hockey play, make a good pass, make a good shot, whatever that play is. finishing the hits. If you're a physical player, make sure you're using that and showing that.
Yeah.
If you're a big player, don't be the smallest 6'2" guy on the ice that doesn't play the body. Like, you got to make sure you're using that
Well,
too.
and that's tough in tryouts too, because
Yeah.
it can get a little pond hockey in tryouts,
can.
And,
Yeah.
and if you're the third, fourth line guy, you're going for that and I wouldn't say enforcer, but just a heavy forecheck guy. It can be tough to get it. You got to put your head down. People probably aren't going to be happy with you. It'll be okay. They'll like you tomorrow.
Yeah, you have no friends when they're all trying to take your spot.
Yeah,
That's the other
everybody's
thing.
taking
Mentally,
everybody's
you got to
spot.
be prepared that your teammates, the other team, everybody's trying to fight for these same 20 positions on this team, and you got to play hard no matter who you're up against. Sometimes it's your best friend, and that's okay. Like, we're out there and we're competing, and
Wouldn't be the first time two best friends fought on the ice a little bit. You know what I mean?
no. But yeah, that would be the biggest thing that I see that kids miss is being prepared to step on the ice for the tryout that starts 72 hours beforehand.
First thing,
Yeah.
prepare the body.
Yep.
3 days, 4 days out, start eating right, start drinking water, get the body right, get your good sleep, make sure you're getting 8 to 10 a night. You know what I mean? Second, let's get the bag prepared.
Yep.
Right? Let's get the bag prepared, check it out, pull everything out, put it all back in, check. Then let's get a process for before the tryout, right?
Okay.
Let's get our routine. I don't think it needs to be super long, 10, 15 minutes, get your head in it, tape a stick, whatever your process is, have 15 minutes to get that mind right. And then you start, even the Penn State guys had a little visualization. You might go sit in the stands out there. There's usually a tryout before you going too. See what's going on. Get your mind in the game. And then I want to add one more thing. I always like to bring like 2 or 3 things I want to focus on during that tryout. Whether I'm going to be a hard back checker. If I know first 2 lines are taken, I better work hard back. I better get in deep, right? I got to grind harder. Whatever your 2 or 3 things are, I think you want to focus on those and make sure you show those, when you go out there. Did I miss anything?
No, that was a great summation of everything we talked about. That puts it into 3 or 4 easy steps for the players to make sure you're checking those boxes before your tryouts come up next month for AAA. And then Central States is right behind
Right
that.
behind it. It's another 2 weeks later.
Yeah. So great job with putting that all together.
Last thing, introduce yourself to Coach. Don't be a suck up, but say, hey, how you doing, Coach? I'm Alex. Can't wait to try out of the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just say hi. Let them know you're a human. Let them know you're a good kid. And look him in the eye, shake his hand, say hi.
Yeah.
All right. One last thing. We're a month out from summer camps. What's your favorite thing about summer camps when we do them?
I love to see the progress from Monday to Friday.
That's so cool.
And there's always 1 or 2 kids that catch me by surprise that I'm like, oh man, this camp might be a little bit above their level, and they always rise up and are part of the pack. And their difference from Monday to Friday, and all the kids are getting better. But it's always that 1 or 2 that on Monday we're kind of like, maybe you should move down. Yeah, do we need to move? You know what? No, let's
one day.
as we say, nope. Let's tie them to the back of the semi truck. We're pulling them through this.
Drag them through.
Yeah,
this.
we're gonna force them, and they're gonna get so much better because of it. And then come Friday, the kid's doing whatever skill that is that he was struggling with, or she. So really watching that. Love just the change up also of going from the one-on-one lessons and the small group stuff that we do during the year, and then really focusing on a week and really diving deep into specific skills that these players have signed up for because either they recognize they struggle with it or their parents recognize they struggle with it. But that's something that I really, really like, is helping them in specific skills that they need to get better at. And then again, seeing that, by Friday, how much better they're getting at those skills.
Well, that always, we have a plan going into a camp, and then, we always are adjusting by the group. What does the group need for today? And we might make 2 or 3 adjustments to our drills. If we were struggling on one thing, we might break it down even more and then build it back together. So, summer camps are fun. It's a good 3 months, man.
What do you like best about them?
What do I like best about summer camps? I think it's just a change of pace. Yeah. And I like seeing this. We tend to get the same kids all summer, so you really get to build a bond with the kids. You get your inside jokes. You get, throwing snow on them, That's where I think you really build some good relationships on the ice, is that summer camp, when we see those kids 2 or 3, 4 weeks in a row or throughout the summer. Yeah. I feel they get more comfortable and everybody does a little better, and they get, everybody seems to go a little better. But I really like building those relationships with those kids who show up more than that I get to see all summer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, that's episode 3 in the books.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues. We'll see if Coach Zane's right in his prediction.
All right, let's see if Holbrook gets the start.
Yeah, there we
go.
go.
Oh, buddy.
Have a good one, everybody. Dumping dishes out.